All right, welcome back. Today, we're diving into this really cool university business case. It's basically a step-by-step playbook for how to take a traditional, much-loved local product and get it ready for the global stage. It's a masterclass in strategy, so let's get right into it. So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll meet the product at the heart of this whole thing. Then, we're going to watch it go through a market showdown, USA versus Chile. After that, we'll reveal the clear winner and why. Then we'll dig into the actual game plan for the American launch. And finally, we'll zoom out to see what this all means in the bigger picture. Okay, first up, let's meet the star of our show. The product is called Arequipe, and it's from a cooperative called Colanta. Now, this isn't just some random dessert off a factory line. It's a contender with really deep roots and some serious international dreams. And that's really the heart of it. This quote basically says it's a symbol of the Colombian rural farming tradition. So you have to understand, this is way more than just a sweet treat. It's a taste of the country's culture, its history, and that authenticity is a huge part of its power. So what exactly is Arequipe? Well, for anyone who hasn't tried it, it's this incredible, creamy, sweet milk spread. You might know it as Dulce de leche, but here's the part that really matters. It's made by Colanta, which is a cooperative. And that means every jar directly supports a network of more than 2,000 rural farming families in Colombia. So why this product? Why is it the one ready to go global? Well, it kind of has these built-in export superpowers. A 360-day shelf life without needing a fridge? I mean, that's a logistics dream. It's super versatile, you can bake with it or just eat it with a spoon. It's got top-tier international safety certification and even a clear customs code, which, trust me, makes exporting a whole lot easier. It's not just delicious, it's literally built to travel the world. Okay, so you have this amazing product that's ready to go. The next huge question is, where do you send it? The students who built this case did the hard work and narrowed it down to two very different arenas, the United States and Chile. Let's see how they face off. And right out of the gate, round one is an absolute knockout. Just look at the potential market size. The US has a population of over 330 million people. Chile has just under 20 million. It's not even close. The sheer scale of the opportunity in the US is just on another level. But it's not just about how many people there are, right? It's about the culture. And here's where it gets interesting. The US has this built-in welcome party of 62 million Latinos who already get it. They know this flavor. It's a perfect foot in the door. Now in Chile, the local version is called manjar, and it's already a huge staple. That might sound good, but it actually means you're walking into a street fight with dozens of established local brands. It's a completely saturated market. All right, let's follow the money. The GDP per capita, which is basically how much spending money people have, is way higher in the US. That means more people can actually afford to try a new premium product. Add in lower unemployment and lower inflation, and the US economy just looks like a much more stable, reliable place to launch a new brand. So after you weigh the massive population, the cultural landscape, and the economic strength, the analysis really starts to point in one very clear direction. And here's the final scorecard. This wasn't just a gut feeling. The students used what's called a selection matrix, where they scored each country on all these different factors. And the result? The USA comes out on top with a decisive 87.9%. The data really made the decision for them. So just to recap, the US wasn't just a little bit better, it was a total slam dunk. You've got the massive market size, the higher purchasing power, that perfect cultural connection with the Latino community to get started, amazing logistics, and this is the big one, the potential to use the US as a launch pad for even bigger things down the road. Okay, so the destination is locked, USA. But, picking the country is one thing. The real question is how? How do you actually break into one of the most competitive markets on the entire planet? Well, they've got a plan for that. And the plan is so smart because it's done in phases. You don't just go all in from day one. Phase one is indirect exporting. That means they'll partner with distributors who already supply Latino grocery stores. It's a low-risk way to test the waters. Then, after a year or so, once they've got some traction, they switch to phase two, direct exporting, going right to the big players like Walmart and Target. And who are they aiming for? This chart breaks it down perfectly. A full 50% of the initial effort goes straight to the Hispanic community. That's the core. From there, they expand out to urban foodies, then to restaurants and cafes, and finally into mainstream retail. It's a classic strategy. You establish a beachhead with your most loyal audience, and then you conquer new territory. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, using the classic 4 Ps of marketing. First up, product. The strategy is simple but brilliant. Do not change the recipe. Keep it 100% authentic Colombian, because that's the magic. Instead, you just adapt the outside. Make the packaging bilingual and make sure it meets all the strict US food safety standards. Next up, price. You can't just show up and demand a premium price. So the plan is to launch at a competitive price point. You want to make it easy for people to say, yeah, I'll give that a try. But that's just to get started. Once Arequipe has a fan base, the price will slowly shift up to reflect its true value as a gourmet, imported product. The third P is place, as in where do you actually sell it? And this perfectly lines up with the entry strategy. You don't try to get into every Costco on day one. You start smart. You go to the Latino grocery stores where your core audience already shops. Once you've won there, then you expand into the big retail chains and, of course, onto e-commerce sites like Amazon. And finally, promotion. How do you get the word out? Well, this isn't about some flashy Super Bowl commercial. It's a modern, surgical approach. They'll use targeted digital campaigns, partner with Latino food influencers who have real credibility, and then use the most powerful weapon of all, in-store tastings. Just let people try it. The product will sell itself. And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. This is where we zoom out from the charts and strategies and see the real human impact of this whole thing. Because this was never just about business. Remember this number from the beginning? This is where it all comes together. Every single jar of Arequipe that gets sold in a store in America sends real value back home, directly to one of those 2,000+ farming families in the Colanta Cooperative. It's a direct economic line from a global shelf to a local community. And honestly, I think this quote from the project's conclusion just says it all. The students who created this plan saw it as more than just a class project. For them, it was about using business to create positive change, to share a piece of their culture, and to take the flavor of their countryside to the rest of the world. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. This was the story of Colombia's Arequipe, but every single one of us has a local treasure, a special flavor from our corner of the world. So the question for you is, what's yours? What amazing thing from your home is ready to find its way onto the global stage? Thanks for tuning in.
Hi everyone, our project focuses on taking a traditional Colombian product that is Colantas Arequipe. After a detailed analysis, which is the United States as our target market, the decision was based on its enormous market size, high purchasing power, and the large established Latino community that already knows and loves this product. The core of our project is this: a traditional 100% product can compete globally, not just as a business, but as a way to create positive social impact, for example, by rural families. It was great working with you. Your strategic input was essential for our team's success. Thank you very much.